Hello viewers, let me know if the audio is okay. Thanks for joining me today. Can maybe comment in the box, guys? Can you hear the audio okay? Okay, good stuff. Thanks very much for joining me, guys. If you've got any questions, just put them in the chat. I'll try my best to answer them. Cheers, everyone. Favourite Spanish beer, Estrella. I've got a list of questions here from the poll. If you've got any questions, I was in Tenerife last week and I stayed in Costa Adeque, Los Cristianos and Torbiscus. So just let me know if you've got any questions. Okay. So somebody's asking there, Simon is asking about masks in public. You don't have to wear masks outside at the moment in Tenerife. So you can walk around, don't have to wear masks. The only time you have to wear them is if you cannot keep a distance of 1.5 meters. So you'll notice one of the videos that I've done recently, I was going round Los Cristianos market and I had the mask on because I was quite close to people. So that's the only reason you need to wear it outside. Hardly anybody is wearing it outside. So it's not really enforced, to be honest with you. But if you feel more comfortable, you can wear the mask outside, especially maybe if you're queuing up in a small space. You might want to wear that. So I hope that's answered it anyway. So thanks very much for all the questions in the comments. Somebody was asking my favourite part of Tenerife. Los Cristianos, it was. But I quite liked Costa Adeque last time I was there. Colette's asking, so if you're in shops, no masks. Yeah, I think you have to wear them in shops as well. Colette, sorry, I should have mentioned that. But if you're outside, you don't really have to wear them at all. Okay. Betty's asking, what proof do we need when you arrived? Betty, if you're in England, you just need the NHS app. Download the app and it'll show that you're fully vaccinated. If you're in Scotland, you have to apply for the stupid letter because they've not integrated it in the app. And I've got a video showing you how to apply for that if you're in Scotland on the channel. It's very, very simple. Okay. Thanks, Alan. That's right. Inside masks. When you're going to the toilets, if you're in a pub and you're going to the toilet, you stick your mask on. When you come back, sit down, have a drink, you can take it off. Okay. Colette, I did see Tenerife getting busier when I was there. Every day I was there, I thought it was getting busier. Definitely more people going over. Lindsay, the exchange rate over there at the moment, when I was there last week, I think it was at 112, 113. And I noticed today online you can get it as high as 1.17. So I do think that you're best getting it before you travel normally. You can obviously take money out of the cash machine. It's pretty easy as well. So it's not really a problem. I'll post a link to somewhere where you can get the best exchange rates as well. Just bear with me. I'll see if I can find it here. It's in the description, I think, so check that out. Just checking some other comments, guys. Paul's asking, did I have COVID insurance? I had normal insurance. It didn't cover me specifically for COVID, but the Tenerife government cover you if you're in a registered accommodation and you test positive. At the moment, the Tenerife government will cover your stay as well. So I hope that answers that question. You can get specific COVID insurance as well. Macy's asking, is antigen test okay even though the government are recommending PCR? At the moment, the antigen test is absolutely fine. It will cost you about €35 for antigen test. The PCR test is about €85. Big difference in price. Until the government make it a legal requirement, you're absolutely fine with antigen. People will basically ignore the advice for PCR tests. If you can get an antigen and it's legal, it does the job, then don't worry about PCR testing the way back. That might change, but if the government are advising it, it means nothing until it's legal, basically. Just checking other comments, guys, for questions. Anne's asking, do you know if Cleopatra Palace is reopened? It wasn't open last week. I'm not sure yet when it's opening, I'm afraid. Where have I been eating, Colette? I ate in a few different restaurants in Los Cristianos. I ate in the Mint Italian, Indian restaurant, not Italian, Indian restaurant. That was quite nice. And I had just general meals in different pubs, etc. But the Mint was quite nice. I recommend the Chill Out restaurant in Los Cristianos if you're looking for a nice meal. We've got good steaks in there as well. You'll find a lot of nice restaurants in the Safari Centre in Las Americas as well, up the top level. There's plenty really in all the resorts. Thanks, Una. 1st of September opening Cleopatra. That's good news. Alison, what's it like coming through the airport? Yes, they are checking fingerprints and the passports. It's very easy going through the airport. There's virtually no checks. All you need is your QR code for the Spanish Locator form, and I'll just post a link to that in the description as well. It's really just like a normal flight. You just download Spanish Locator form, make sure you fill it in. You'll get a PDF either sent to you by email or you can put it on your phone. So you can print it out. There's a link to the Spanish Locator form. In the description below, I posted a video showing you how to fill in the form. I've not actually done it. It's one of the subscribers have done it. It's an excellent video. I'll do one myself, but I don't think I'll be able to do one any better than this guy. So just check the link below, how to fill in the Spanish Locator form. So Alison, to answer the question, arriving in Tenerife is very, very easy. Make sure you fill in the Spanish passenger locator form and you just scan the QR code, or you can print it out, obviously, just put it on a letter and you'll scan it there. Very, very easy. Graham's asking when I'm going back to Tenerife. I'm not sure yet, possibly September or October. I'll keep you posted. I'm going to look for some cheap flights. Neil, what's your favourite bar or restaurant? In Los Cristianos, I quite liked Queen Vic, which is next to the Big Ben pub. So if you get in there, ask for Kenny, another Scottish guy, and really, really friendly. You get a nice pint, €50. Nice pint, nice service, really friendly bar. I like the Queen Vic in Los Cristianos. In Las Americas, when they've got live music on, I quite like the Chieftain next to the Columbus Park Hotel, and also the Parc de la Paz strip as well. So you've got the Hole in the Wall. Corner Bar's just reopening as well. I've seen Shelley from another channel saying she's going to be singing there soon as well. And in Costa Deque, again, that wee patch where you've got the Temple Bar, San Eugene, and a few other live music bars. I quite like them as well. So hope that's answered that, Neil. James, Harriet's is not open yet. Check the other vlogs. I've posted links to the other guys who are on Tenerife just now, like the Night Strider, Living with MS Tenerife, that Tenerife vlogcast, the Crackmaster. They're all in Tenerife just now, so they'll probably do updates the next few weeks. Harriet's, unfortunately, the owner, I was told, was very ill with COVID. So that's the only reason I think Harriet's wasn't open yet, because I was surprised it wasn't open. So hopefully he's getting better and it'll open soon. Linda's asking, what was Prestwick Airport like? Linda, Prestwick Airport is actually one of my favourite airports because it's so quiet. You'll find that when flights get a lot busier, like Glasgow, Manchester, London airports, it's taken a wee bit longer, obviously, to get through. Just a wee bit, but that all adds up if you've got hundreds of flights going out. Prestwick Airport, for anybody not known, is about half an hour, 40 minutes from Glasgow. It's a very, very small airport. Only really Ryanair go out of it, and there's not many flights. It's very, very quiet, and you can turn up just at the normal times, check in, no problem at all. The flight from Prestwick, in case you missed some of the videos, cost me £14.99, and on the way back to Prestwick, it cost £20. So flights are very cheap just now. They are going up because things are getting busier. Obviously, you have to book in a bag with Ryanair as well. They're really cheap. Neil, the best Tenerife hotel, I don't think it was open when I was there, but I have heard it's opening shortly. If I get an update on that, I'll keep you posted. Oh, hi, Cheryl. That's great. I remember having a wee chat with you when I left Paloma Beach. Really nice to speak to you, and thanks so much for watching the channel. Hope to see you again at Paloma Beach. I think you've got a place there as well. So really nice speaking to you. Nice apartments, Paloma Beach and Los Cristianos. I would recommend them as well. Okay, hi Nikki. Yeah, to come back, you need to get your antigen test. You'll get that from any of the test centres. I've got a couple of videos showing you where to get them in Los Cristianos and Costa Deque. In Los Cristianos, you've got a test centre next to the Arona Gran Hotel. You've got one next to the Tenerife Sur and the bus station. And the Irish Rover in Costa Deque next door, just got up the steps. You'll get the antigen test in there. So you do need the antigen test. You'll get a letter, really a couple of pages just like this, saying you've got a negative test. You should get the results of your antigen within 30 minutes. Highly recommend when you get there, book an appointment. Some of the test centres are very busy. I've got a video coming out soon showing you one of the days at the Arona Gran where there was quite a big queue. So when you get there, book an appointment and you just walk straight in, no problem. It's very, very easy. About €35 for an antigen test. I wouldn't really pay any more than that because it's the same price really everywhere. There's a couple of places it's more expensive, but it's the same test. So just get it at the cheapest place. I'm just checking some of the comments, guys. Okay, Simon, yeah, I've got your question here. Just going to answer that one. Are the police very strict on the restrictions? Simon, I can only tell you from what I've witnessed, the police were not very strict at all. I was down at the Veronica Strip doing a video just past midnight. All the music stopped, but there was a big crowd of people still walking about. Police didn't really bother. They just stood there. They showed their presence. I didn't see them get in many bars. And all the bars that went in to charge phones, when I went inside, in theory, you have to be fully vaccinated and show proof to go inside at the moment in Tenerife. That was very, very rarely, if ever, enforced. So obviously have your vaccination letter if you're from Scotland, or your NHS app if you need to go inside. If you go inside just for the bathroom, you don't need it. Most of the time you'll be sitting outside because it's very, very hot. So don't worry about that at all. The police, as far as I could see, were not enforcing anything. There were a few bars risking it, staying open beyond midnight, but the fines are very, very high. So it's a big risk for bars to stay open beyond midnight. One of the bar owners was telling me it's tens of thousands of euros if they get prosecuted. There's a few loopholes. I've got one of the questions here from one of the subscribers. I did see a few bars open till 2 a.m. and that was near the Terviscus area, just up past the Unique Bar. So they were obviously chancing their luck and it was pretty busy, but most bars are open till midnight. Okay, so Colette, you're saying that you never find a good hotel in Los Cristianos. I seen one of your comments. You said that you weren't keen in the Paradise Park. I was quite surprised. I think that's quite a nice hotel, but it just depends. Sometimes you can have different experiences there. Los Cristianos, the nicest hotels that I walked into was the H10 Big Sur. I had a video on it. Unfortunately, I lost that when I lost the damn phone. So I'll get that next time. But everybody I speak to goes to Los Cristianos. Tell me the nicest hotel in Los Cristianos is the Arona Gran Hotel, which is open at the end of September. And I know that quite a lot of the viewers, including Alan from Troon, is a regular there and they go there all the time. So if you're going to try a hotel, Colette, in Los Cristianos, I would recommend the Arona Gran Hotel when it reopens. Yeah, Peter, I'm just reading your Just reading your comment here. I didn't get asked for proof of vaccination when I left Prestwick Airport in Scotland. Nobody checked anything. They basically just says if you filled in your forms and that was it. They didn't really check anything. On the way back, it's a wee bit different. You do need to show your proof. You've obviously got the antigen test. You need to order the test on day 2 if you're fully vaccinated. Some people were asking me, when do you need to order the test when you come back on day 2? Now, don't do what I done because I'm not very organised. I ordered them on the Thursday and I was coming back on the Sunday. The reason I done that because I wasn't 100% sure where I was going to be staying yet. So I left it to the last minute, but it's very, very easy. You'll need your test reference numbers. So when you book the day 2 tests, you need a booking reference number to put on the Locator form, the UK one. I put links in the description below to all these forms. So you'll need to fill in the UK passenger Locator form. They'll ask you for a test reference number. If you're in England, you can use a big list of approved providers, including companies like Randox. I know Randox at the moment are really busy. You can use them as well. In Scotland, in theory, the government are saying you have to use the CTM portal. It's £88 for one test in day 2. Now, I did use that because it was disorganised, but I know a lot of people in Scotland are just using approved test providers like Randox, and as long as the booking reference number is accepted with the passenger Locator form, it's basically half the price. So you can save a lot of money if you've got a family. It's quite a big saving. But you need to make sure it's accepted in the passenger Locator form. That's the most important thing, because if you don't get that form complete, in theory, when you get there, they scan your passport. If the Locator form doesn't come up, they'll ask you to fill it in there and then, and you have to have a test reference number. The test in Scotland is £88. It's a complete rip-off. If I go back again, I'll be using an approved provider on the England list, and I'm not even sure why nobody's legally challenged that yet in Scotland, because there's no competition for tests, there's just one provider. So I hope that's answered that question. It's pretty straightforward, but just fill in, book in the tests. Okay, Russell. I'm not sure Las Palmas, that's in Las Americas, so I do apologise. I was going to get round to doing a video walking to the test centres there, but because of the issues I had in the last couple of days, I couldn't do it, I'm afraid. Apologies. Anybody new to the chat, I really appreciate you coming and watching the live video. It's my first one. If you're new to the channel, it's absolutely free. You can hit the wee button below, it says subscribe, and hit the bell next to it for all notifications. I've still got a lot of Tenerife videos to upload, so don't worry, there is more coming. Massey, are restaurants still accepting cash? They certainly are. Everywhere I was in accepted cash. I had no problems whatsoever. Thanks, Alison. Alison's also asking, have I been to Loch Ness a deck? It's brilliant. I've heard it's really good. I had a short video walking there and I just stopped just before it. But I can confirm it's definitely opened. I think I've got another video walking past it. I think it's got a wee yellow sign, the back right at the top, the Loch Ness. It's just down before the Winchester. So I'm going to check it out next time. I've heard it's really nice. Collect going end of September. Enjoy 2 weeks. Brilliant. Giddy Goose open yet, Janice? I'm sorry. I don't know that. I'll check it out next time I'm over. I'm sorry I don't know that one. Okay, thanks. That'll be Rick or Shelley saying afternoon. Still not found your phone. That's the phone that I lost. I was joking earlier on saying, have you found my phone on a walk? Some of the guys were asking, what phone did I buy in the last day? This is it here. It's a German ZTE Android phone. It costs €79 from the San Eugenio shopping centre, just across from the Temple Bar. And it done the job. That's all I can say. I've got a video going. As you go in the shopping centre, on the left-hand side, you'll see an electrical shop with Sony above it. And ask to speak to Harry. Tell him the Scotsman sent you, and he'll give you a good deal. So he was quite honest with me. He says this phone is not going to be anywhere near as good as your last phone. It will do the job for basic videos, and it does, to be fair. Basic videos during the day, it done the job. I've got some evening videos still to upload, and you'll see the difference in quality there. It can't really handle evening videos. I've done one from the patch in Las Americas, walking around Princess Di's on the opening night, and you'll see at certain points the phone just can't handle the change in the darkness and the brightness. But it is what it is. So when I'm back out, I'll have a better phone again, and we'll have better videos. It was just a wee emergency job in the last day. So that's the one. German ZTE. The battery life for 100% is about 3 minutes. I'm not joking. Okay, Alan's asking where Prestwick is. Alan's about 2 miles away from Prestwick. Okay, thanks, Rick. Closed until September, the Giddy Goose. You know the owner, that's great, thanks. Colette, are you missing Tenerife yet? Ah, well. Missed the Euro beers. I was out the other night. I was at the Edinburgh Festival. And I got a bottle of Estrella. Sorry, a pint of Estrella. In a pub down the Grassmarket in Edinburgh. It was £5.85. So what's that? Nearly €7. So that's a big difference, isn't it? So I'm missing the weather. Glad to be back at home, family and friends. But I'll be back in Tenerife at some point soon. Okay, so Dave is asking, when you have your PCR test in Tenerife to fly back, is it easy to upload the result to your smartphone? Dave, you don't need to. When you go to the test centre, first of all, if you come back to the UK, if you come back to England or Scotland, I'm not sure about other countries, you don't need a PCR test on the way back from Tenerife at the moment. It's just an antigen test that you need. So you don't need to upload that. They will literally just give you a letter and they'll tell you, they'll give you a reference number and you just show that at the airport. So there is no need to upload anything to a smartphone. So don't worry. I was in the queue for the test centre and there's quite a lot of older people worried about the technology. You don't have to be. They'll print out the test for you and you just take it. So you don't need to upload that to your smartphone. Don't worry about that at all. Also, when you're booking with Ryanair, you'll see they have a section where you can upload documents on your booking. That's just for your convenience. You don't have to do that either. So if you're checking in with Ryanair, you can scan it on your smartphone, any QR codes, or you can print them out. You don't have to upload them to Ryanair either. They might ask for your passport details, but everything else doesn't matter. Betty's asking about La Caleta. I didn't make it up there, I'm not sure. Unfortunately, I'll try and make it next time I'm there. A few people have asked for that. James says September it'll be busy. Definitely will be busy, I agree with that. When is Sunwing opening? I'm not sure, Alison. Maybe Rick's on just now from that Tenerife vlogcast. He might know that one. Neil's asking any news on the Arona Gran. End of September, it's due to open. I walk by it every day for about 5 days and they were just constantly doing building work. The whole exterior of the front was pulled out. I did a couple of times sneak a review inside it and it didn't look that bad. It didn't look as if it was in ruins or anything, but they're doing a lot of work. Just constant drilling every day. So I think it's going to be fine. I think it will hopefully be open then. I'm not an expert, obviously I couldn't get right in and see everything. But there wasn't major scaffolding around the whole building all the time. It was very just small machinery and a group of guys working on it. So I think, fingers crossed, you'll be okay for September. Okay, Phil saying Alvaro smiled once. Yeah. Alvaro, for them not familiar, is the owner of the Big Ben pub in Los Cristianos. And I had a wee 2-minute chat with him, uploaded a video, you can check it out on the channel. and he's a character for sure. He'll tell you about his Spanish lottery win. So check that out. Do I know if Moonlight Bar's opening soon? I don't know, Ian. It wasn't open last week. Again, other guys in Tenerife just now. Hopefully we'll update that soon. But it wasn't open last week, and it didn't show any signs of opening. Reading some other comments, guys. Okay, that's interesting, Rick. The police have started to move people on a bit. I didn't see any enforcement when I was there last week, really, at all. And they weren't really getting in the pubs and enforcing anything. So maybe they have got a wee bit stricter with, with the situation, definitely. Okay, Angry Velo, if the PCR test is positive, there's different ways of doing this, I think. Now, I wasn't in the situation myself, fortunately, where it was positive, so I can't 100% answer that. But I can tell you from speaking to other people, I know that some of the tour operators like Jet2 and TUI are offering travel insurance, where if you test positive, you would stay in the accommodation you're in at the moment, and they basically pay for that stay for the duration. Also, when you arrive in Spain, when you fill in the Locator form, you should get an automated message as well. So if you did test positive, you would call this number, and then they would give you, obviously, recommendations or tell you exactly where you have to go. So I'm not 100% sure whether you can pick your own accommodation and stay there, or whether they'll give you a government approved accommodation. Either way, they'll let you know what the situation is. Fingers crossed that never happens to you. That's the most nerve-wracking part about the whole process. Going to Tenerife is very, very easy. Coming back is quite easy as well. The most nerve-wracking part is just getting the test at the test centre, because if that is positive, obviously it's going to have implications. But just be sensible, and hopefully everything will be okay. I didn't meet anybody who was positive over there, and I met a lot of people, so everything was fine. John, you're going to 7th of November. Enjoy. Alan, yes, I believe you can take photographs of your Scotland NHS letter to show that you're fully vaccinated. Although, I would be honest with you, I would get the official confirmation letter just in case, Alan. Most of the pubs won't even bother asking you, to be honest with you. If you show a screenshot of it, I'll be fine. But regarding airports and hotels, when you go to the hotels, that's one thing they will ask. Most of the hotels, check, depending on what hotel you're in, most of the hotels will ask for proof of vaccination when you check in. So if you're in Scotland, you'll show them the vaccination proof letter, or if you're in England, you'll just show them your NHS app, or you can download it. So when you check into the hotels, be prepared. They will ask if you're fully vaccinated. If you're not fully vaccinated, you'll need proof of a negative test when you enter Tenerife. So just bear that in mind. It's really straightforward, to be honest with you. Okay, Mark's asking, Porto Colón. It seems to be getting a lot of attention in the Tenerife vlogs. I really like Porto Colón, next to Kelowna Beach. Kelowna Beach Club is open. You'll see in a few of the videos that are done. I walk past it and you think it's maybe closed because it's evening, but it tended to be open quite a lot during the day. So maybe at 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Maybe it was open and then shut. Some nights it was open. They're really strange opening hours, but the Kelowna Beach Club is a really nice setting. It's for the younger crowd, and Porto Colón is very nice. They've got some nice restaurants and bars. I was staying just behind it at the Sunset Harbour in Terviscus, and I quite like that area. So I might go back there again. Okay, Chris, just reading your comment. Okay, thanks very much, Chris. I always enjoyed your vlogs, Kevin, but more so with the latest episodes with the commentary and a face to the name. Yeah, it was a bit nerve-wracking showing my face, that's for sure. But thanks for your comments. It does make a big difference when I went on the vlogs and I done the commentary and I did show my face. So I'll try and do that next time out as well. Thanks very much, Chris. Tina, I did not see any discrimination towards non-vaccinated people at all. Not at all. Didn't see that whatsoever. You'll find with the current restrictions as well, most of the time you'll be sitting outside, so it won't really affect you at all. It's only when you go inside, in theory, you're supposed to be double vaccinated or show proof of it to sit inside. Very rarely I get asked that, but I did not see any discrimination, so don't worry about that. If you're going over to Tenerife and you've not been vaccinated, as long as you've done the test and you're negative, you'll have no issue. Stuart's asking, did I see Frankie Mac singing? I certainly did. I think the first night I was there, I was in Bojangles on the El Mirador strip in Los Cristianos, and he put on a good show there. So go and see him when you're there. And the strange thing is, I was sitting in Bojangles and I got a text from a friend asking was it in Tenerife, because somebody they know was sitting at the table behind me who knew me, who had actually went to Vegas with 3 years ago, and I didn't know they were there, and they were sitting at the table behind me. So I ended up with a few drinks with him that night, so that was nice. So that was unusual, but yes, I did see Frankie Mac. Go and see him when you're over. Check him out on YouTube. He's got his own channel as well. Okay, sorry if I missed any comments. I'm going as quick as I can, guys. Kevin, would you recommend the Oasis Apartments? I've got a video walking through them, so check that out. That'll be up soon. They looked very, very nice inside. The swimming pool area was really nice. They're quite high up the hill in Los Cristianos, so if you've got any walking issues, I wouldn't recommend them, but they looked really, really nice. And there's a bus service that goes straight up there, and obviously plenty of taxis. They're across the road from the Castle Harbour, and they've got plenty of bars and restaurants. Just 5-minute walk down the hill. You'll come to Casey's Bar, you'll come to the El Mirador Strip, Taylor's, Bojangles. So it's a good location, just can be a wee bit hilly on the way back up, but they did look nice. Okay, Lee, you're going to the Columbus. Enjoy. Okay, thanks, Rick. Thumbs up, guys. I do forget to ask, if you're enjoying the wee chat, give it a wee thumbs up. Really appreciate that. And thanks very much. I can see that a couple of guys have kindly donated. I really, really appreciate that. Thanks so much for doing that. I can't figure out who's donated yet on the chat, but thanks very much. I do see a couple of them coming in. Thanks, Alan. Thanks very much, Alison, for your kind comments as well. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to stick my reading glasses on. These are designer glasses. You'll get them from the pound shop. Colette, yeah, it's nice to know where to buy a phone if you lose one. Head to the San Eugenio Centre. There's a lot of electronic shops in there as well. Amanda, that's correct. If you're flying the 26th of August, all you need, especially if you're fully vaccinated, get out on the way back, antigen test, order the PCR test on day 2. That's all you need, sorted. Thanks, Rick. Thanks for popping in. Just reading the comments, guys. I'm sorry if I missed anybody. Passenger locator form, Wayne. You just fill in the form online. I've left a link below in the description, and one of my subscribers has also done a video showing you how to get that as well, showing you actually how to fill it in. So it's really simple. Colette's asking the best hotel that I stayed in. So I stayed in 3 hotels. Stayed in the Paloma Beach in Los Cristianos. Stayed in the Oro Negro in Las Americas. And I stayed in the Sunset Harbour in Tavascus. The nicest accommodation I apartments was the Paloma Beach. Modern apartments, comfortable, nice. The complex that I liked the best was the Sunset Harbour. I liked the location. They had a nice swimming pool. They had a swim-up pool bar, a nice restaurant, a wee supermarket. So really a bit of a mix. And the Oro Negro was absolutely fine. Location-wise, it was on quite a busy road. I would say location-wise, I wasn't 100% keen on it, but the staff are very, very friendly. The food was quite average, only breakfast, so I can't really comment much. Food was average, but the room was absolutely fine. So I hope that's answered it. Paloma Beach, really nice apartments, right at the very end of Los Cristianos, next to the Big Ben pub. So recommend them all. Okay, Alan's saying to recommend the Arona Grande. Darren, you're asking about the Edinburgh Festival. Did it get busier? It certainly did. I regret taking that video. I took it at 10 in the morning when it looked really empty. Within a couple of hours, it was actually a lot busier. I went to a lot of shows and a lot of them were sold out. So Edinburgh was actually getting a lot busier. I'll maybe take another one. I'm back there in a couple of weeks, so take another one maybe. Somebody else was asking me about Desperate Dan's next to the Big Ben pub. It wasn't open, and somebody was telling me it's not been open for a long time, so I'm not sure if it's ever opening again. Colette, did I have a beer by dinner time like most British people? I probably did. I had a few stop-offs just to charge phones, and you have to get a Euro pint when you charge a phone, don't you? It's compulsory, so probably did, yes. Thanks, Neil. Just watching the video about the filling in the passenger locator form. That is in the description below. One of my subscribers, I think it's Out and About Living, he's got his own channel and he's back at Tenerife soon. He's actually done a walkthrough step by step, filling in the passenger locator form. So it's really, really easy. It's a great video. I'll do one myself, but I don't think it'll be as good as what that guy's done, to be honest with you. So check that out as well. Thanks, Simon. Tree surgeon, if the bars are open, that's good enough for me. Quite right. Alison, I'll check out what next time. Thanks, Lee, for the advice on the phone. Kieran, enjoy. You're flying out soon. Okay, thanks for all your feedback, guys. I'm just reading all the comments just now. Was the airport busy? The airport was very busy in Tenerife. I was surprised how busy it was. I think, take a couple of videos. I need to check. See, they're very short ones, so I need to check that. But yeah, a lot of the flights were busy. The flight on the way out from Prestwick in Scotland, there was 70 people on the flight, and on the way back there was 43 people. So it was quiet on the way back, but a lot of other flights were really busy. Darren, that's correct. You can do. There is some services that offer to do the test yourself, and they're quite affordable. You can check that out online. Just my personal choice. The test centres were so easy to use that I've just done that. They were very busy at times, but when you get there, just book an appointment, and you'll have no issues at all. So it's really easy. But if you're comfortable doing it yourself, you can do it yourself. James, do I see the Canaries going green? I'm not sure. It's going to depend. In a couple of months' time, virtually everybody in the UK is going to be double vaccinated who wants to be vaccinated. So there is a possibility things might change. We'll just have to see. Colette asking when I'm going back. A couple of months maybe, Colette. Craig, thanks so much for the donation. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Phil, I think testing is here for good. I think it's here for a long time, I'm afraid. Yeah, I do. Janice, that's correct. You just need to test, antigen test, 3 days before you come back or less, and then day 2 when you come back at the moment. Chris, yeah, a couple of months, hopefully back in Tenerife. Alan, thanks very much for your feedback. Goff, the bar's shut at midnight. I did see a couple open till 2 a.m. in Turviscus. I wasn't there at 2 a.m., but I passed by them after midnight, and I did ask people outside who were in the bars, why is this bar so busy? And it was like midnight or something, and they're like, this bar's open till 2 a.m. So there are some bars open really late. Oh, thanks very much. Read some leads. Dave, thanks very much for your donation. I'll certainly have a pint of tenants. Cheers. He's put the glasses back on. Thanks, Lorraine, for the feedback. Okay, Dan, good point about air conditioning. I would bear that in mind if you're going in summer months, hot months to Tenerife. Personally, I would always want air conditioning. There is some places you can get away without it. Actually, I was in the Oro Negro and it had air conditioning and I never used it because the room was cool. Paloma Beach had air conditioning in the bedroom, but it was too noisy to put on, so I didn't really use that either. So it just depends. You can get lucky, but if you're in a room at the side of the building in a really hot place with no air conditioning in August or September, it can be pretty tough. So I know that they provide fans in a lot of places. It's absolutely fine. Should be fine. Tenerife 1990. Tenerife, sir, was not open when I was there. Across the road, its sister complex, Christian, sir, was open just across the road. I've done a video walking by there. The Tenerife, sir, I believe, is reopening very shortly. So keep an eye on the Tenerife vlogs for updates there. In the link in the description below, I've posted some links to guys who are in Tenerife just now and who are doing vlogs. So check them all out, subscribe to them, and they'll give you some updates until I can get back, of course. And I've also left a link to the MacMaster, who's heading over to Tenerife in a couple of weeks. And the MacMaster is probably the inspiration for me starting this channel because it's the first vlogger I watched doing Tenerife walks. And I thought that looks really good. Next time over on Tenerife, I'll maybe start a wee vlog and do some walks. So I'm sure everybody is subscribed, but if you're not, highly recommend the MacMaster. He's the guy I first watched doing Tenerife vlogs. He's very creative, and check it out. He's going to be there in a couple of weeks. Check that out as well. And all the other ones, of course, who are there as well. Thanks, Dave. Tina, curfew is until midnight, unless it's changing. All the bars are shutting down at midnight. Didn't really bother people, even young people I spoke to. They would just head out earlier. They would head out 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and that was aimed till midnight. Check out the videos I've got on the channel. I've got a couple of videos walking down Veronica Strip quite late at night. You'll see how busy it is with young people. And in certain bars in Los Cristianos and Costa Adeque, they're all really busy until about midnight as well. Costa Adeque, you had the Temple Bar, the Coconut Cafe, the Irish Rover. Any places with live music were quite busy. Sean, is the hill up to the Beverly Hills apartments very steep? I didn't take a video up there, but I know roughly where it's located. It's quite a steep hill, to be honest with you, Sean. Going down the way, no problem. 10 minutes to the beach. Come back up the way. If you get any issues walking or it's really hot, you might want to jump in a taxi. I would always probably just walk up, but it's easy in a taxi and there's buses that go up there. But it is pretty steep up there, yeah. Hollywood Mirage, I think, is next to it, yeah, as well. Quite steep up there. Carol, you're asking about the Tigatan. When I was there last week and done some videos, it wasn't open, but I believe now it's open because I've seen some videos. Seen a video the other day on Facebook of the rooftop bar. the girl playing a violin. It actually looked fantastic, but there was nobody really there. But I believe the Ticketan has just reopened. Just check with some of the other Tenerife vloggers if that's definitely true, but I believe it has just reopened. John's asking, Los Cristianos or Fanabe? Fanabe was one of the quieter areas, but it is starting to come back to life. Things are opening up there. I really like Los Cristianos. It's got a couple of bars that I really like there. I would say probably Los Cristianos at the moment, but I could be swayed to Fanabe. But I did like the stretch of bars at Costa Deque in Porto Colón, near the Temple Bar, Thirsty Turtle, etc. I quite like that area as well. So it just really depends on your preference. But the good news is, a lot of the bars are opening up in Fanabe now as well. Just reading some of the comments, guys. Just going to quickly look at my notes here because some people did ask me. So Carol asked me how easy, Carol Baird asked how easy it was to book the 2-day arrival test. Very easy. To say, just go online. I've got a link below on the form. If you bear with me, I'll show you what the test is like just in a wee second if I can find it. Kenny asked regarding the day 2 test in Scotland. You have to book through the Scottish Government website. Covered that earlier on. In theory, you do. It's a rip-off. They charge you £88. A lot of people are doing it through other companies like Randox that are approved on the England Government website. And as long as it's accepted in the passenger locator form, you'll be fine. Do that at your own risk. But the government one in Scotland is a complete rip-off. It's £88. Paul Hackett asked me, was it worth buying a fast-track pass to Siam Park? Now, I'm not sure about that one. I don't go to the water parks because I've got a dodgy back and I can't really go on them. Of all the Tenerife vloggers recently, I think the Night Strider has been in the Siam Park, so probably best check out his vlog on YouTube. He'll be able to let you know. I would imagine the park is a lot quieter than it normally is because there's capacity restrictions slightly. So I'm not sure if it'll make much difference, but you're best checking with him, I would say. James Ross was asking, I'm just reading off a wee notes here from the poller done. James Ross was asking, how easy was it to get your test in Tenerife for getting home? Really easy, James. Just go to any of the test centres, book in an appointment. It takes 2 minutes for the test and half an hour for the results. Simple. Dr. Syke, I know you were on earlier. Best restaurants for special occasions. Quite like the Chill Out in Los Cristianos. The best excursions. I'm not really sure about excursions. Check Daniel at tenerifefirstexcursions.com. He's also got an office in Tenerife. You can pop in and see him. He'll look after you. So any excursions, book it with Daniel at tenerifefirstexcursions.com. Buying euros, is it best to buy in the UK before you travel? Not much difference. I would always buy some in the UK, but when you get there, there's plenty of places you can exchange it or just take money out of the ATM. Be careful using the ATMs. Some have got different rates than others. Darren was asking, any wait at the airport going home from Tenerife? Nope, it was really quick, Darren. Dem was asking about the pubs open till 2 a.m. Covered that earlier. Terviscus area, there was some pubs open till 2 a.m. I don't know if they are now. They were just risking it that weekend. Sandra was asking, when did I book my 2-day test? Did I do it when I was out in Tenerife or before? I done it on the Thursday and I come back on the Sunday and the tests were there waiting when I come back. If you give me a wee second, I'll try and get the test and show you. Okay, Simon, we answered that one earlier on about the police. I didn't see them really enforcing much. Rick from that Tenerife vlogcast did say they were enforcing it a wee bit more. And Colette, you were asking questions about the hotels. Regarding hotels, I'm going to do another video. If you're booking a hotel and you're going to look for the best price, if you're going to do it on booking.com, always check the mobile and the app. Sometimes the prices will be cheaper on booking.com if you use them on a mobile or on the actual app. And they can be quite a bit cheaper if you're booking a week in Tenerife. It can be quite a big saving. So always check that. Even if you don't have it on your own phone, check with a friend or family. you can save a wee bit of money. I'll do a video on that coming up soon anyway, okay? Just reading the rest of the comments, guys. Patrick was asking, are COVID cases going down in Tenerife? I'm not sure, Patrick, to be honest with you. The best guy to ask on that is Tim at Living with MS in Tenerife. And I recommend that vlog as well. So subscribe to that one. He does a COVID update, I think, every week. And he's really knowledgeable with the test, the numbers and everything. So I would check with him. Colette, thanks for saying you're going to miss your Tenerife vlogs. I've still got maybe about 30 videos to upload. So we might do one a day for the next month. We'll see. I did have more, unfortunately, so I lost the phone. But I've still got plenty anyway. Hi, Yvonne. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so Ullaballa01. Do people who are double vaccinated need a PCR test in Tenerife? Or is it just the NHS pass and passenger locator form? That's correct. If you're double vaccinated, you'll just need the NHS app or the stupid letter that you get from Scotland. You have to apply for that. I've got a video on the channel showing you how to do that if you're from Scotland. Regarding your son who's 12, I honestly don't know about that one. I'll leave a link to the government website. I'll give you advice on what you need for your son. There's different age limits regarding what they need test-wise. So you may need a test for your son, but I don't want to advise you on that. I would just check with the government website. For yourself, no, you'll be fine. On the way back, you just need an antigen test, €35, and book in the day 2 test, the PCR as well. Andrew, you just returned yesterday. You saw me strolling along. That's great. So you had a great time in Tenerife. Yeah, thanks very much, Andrew. Safer than back home. Normally, I wouldn't have said that. About a year ago, people were saying Tenerife was safer than the UK, and I would have said no, because the UK were doing contact tracing. It was harder to get into pubs, etc. But now I would say probably yes, because all the restrictions have been lifted in the UK. So nightclubs are open. My daughter's going to a nightclub next week. So, I mean, there's no restrictions there. Everybody's up dancing. There's no masks. So at the moment, Tenerife definitely, in theory, is safer, especially because you're sitting outside most of the time. That is the main difference, because you're outside so much in Tenerife. And the way the virus works, you're a lot safer outside. So definitely, at the moment, Tenerife, in theory, is a lot safer. Everybody on the flight is either double vaccinated or took a test. So again, the flights, I think, are pretty safe as well. Hi, John. You're saying you normally go to Forteventura. John, I've got some other videos in Forteventura. Some friends have done some walks, so check them out in the channel. If you go down to the channel, check on the playlists. You'll see Forteventura. I've got some walks going through mainly Coralejo. Look quite nice. Regarding the best resort for a middle-aged couple, I'm 47, so I don't know. Maybe I'm middle-aged now as well. Los Cristianos is quite good near the El Mirador strip. There's quite a few bars with the entertainment. And maybe Costa Adeque up near the Temple Bar. So near the Laguna Part 1, the Irish Rover, Thirsty Turtle, and then you've just got Porto Colón just down the hill. You've got a lot of live music bars. So that's quite a good location as well. Can't go wrong with either one, really. And Las Americas, if you're in Las Americas, a lot of the bars in the Parc de la Paz strip are opening as well. So a lot of good live music bars there as well. So check that out. So either one will be fine, to be honest with you. Okay, guys, I'm just checking the comments. I'm sorry if I've missed any. Neil, thank you so much for your donation. That's really kind of you. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Sean asking, is the Iberia Star Sevilla open yet, please? I don't think so, but best checking with some of the other Tenerife vloggers who are out there just now. A lot of the hotels are opening in the next couple of weeks that are not already opened. So, check that out. I'm sorry I don't know that. I'll check that next time I'm there as well. Tina, thanks so much for your feedback. Thanks for a brilliant channel. Watch all your vlogs. Love the question and answer vlog. Thanks very much, Tina. Andrew, thanks for asking the question about Siam Park. You said the fast track pass was worth it. Appreciate that. John Fitzsimmons, I know that's Moira. Thanks very much. Your kind comments. Yeah, Andrew, I seen your comment saying Tenerife Airport was dead. The coming home flight was half empty. My flight was really empty as well, but other flights were really busy. So the actual airport itself, waiting on the flight to actually board the flight, you couldn't even get a seat. Somebody did ask me to take a video, and I said I can't leave the seat. I'll lose the seat. So it was a kind of funny one. My flight was really quiet, but the airport itself was quite busy, and all the shops and bars, most of them were open. Only one, funny enough, I didn't see open was Burger King. I was surprised at. Everywhere else is open. I think there's an Irish bar there and some other places. They were all open. Lee asking when am I back in the reef? A couple of months maybe, Lee, hopefully. Just checking other comments, guys. Thanks, Linda. Hannah, heading to Tenerife on Thursday, staying in Park Santiago 3. I just put a video up there walking through to the swimming pool. The night I passed it, it was a great atmosphere. There was a guy out playing the saxophone on the promenade. We love it. Great location. And thanks very much for your kind feedback, saying you enjoyed the videos and the tips. Thanks very much. Hannah, any sign of the Hard Rock Cafe opening in Las Americas? Every time I walk by it every day nearly, there was no sign of it opening whatsoever. Again, some of the other Tenerife vloggers will probably update soon. I think it will open pretty soon because there's a lot of places opening in that area. But it's obviously a really big complex, but it's not open yet. David, thanks for your feedback. Love the videos. Do you know if any of the shops in Tenerife sell pot noodles? It's all my girlfriend will eat. You're in luck, David. I'm absolutely sure there's shops in Tenerife that sell pot noodles. There was a couple of supermarkets I think that actually had aisles with British selections. So I'm sure 100% you'll be fine there. Don't worry. Thanks very much, Anne. Your kind feedback about doing a good job. Thanks very much. And thanks everybody for all your support when I was doing all the vlogs and walking up and down the promenade. A few people were asking how my feet were. Oh, they were really bad for a couple of days. I've now started to recover. So I'll soon be doing some more walking, probably in Scotland. I've got another channel where I do Scotland walks. It's not as exciting as the Tenerife ones. I'm going to be honest with you. You might find a couple of things that interest you. I've got walks all around Edinburgh, Glasgow, Loch Lomond area, up the Highlands. Just go to YouTube, type in Scotsman Travels, and you'll find my vlog on there. If you want to subscribe to that, go for it. I'm just building up that channel, trying to get to 1,000 subs. We'll get there eventually. I'm going to do more there as well. Ian was asking, what's my favourite bar over there? I think we had this question earlier on, Ian, and this time I was over. I like Taylor's Bar for watching football, Los Cristianos, on the El Mirador strip. And the Queen Vic, I recommend. Go in there, ask for Kenny. Kenny's from Dundee. His wife works in Bad Bob's in Las Americas as well. So it's a couple who work in Tenerife. Go in and support them. That's the Queen Vic. Friendly bar. I like the Queen Vic. Las Americas, some good bars for live music as well. And I quite like the Temple Bar in Costa Deque for live music as well. Somebody's asking, was Billy Porter back at Princess Di's, Kevin? I believe he posted on Facebook that he's going to be back there on a Monday and a Friday. So if you like Billy Porter, the Scottish comedian, Princess Diaries is reopened, you'll find him there. El Cid, now you're hobbling less. It'll be good to see more of your excellent content. Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, I'm definitely hobbling less now. It was funny because in a couple of days I could barely walk, and then I just got used to it. But now I'm starting to feel a lot better, so hopefully when I'm back over there, I'll be fine. Ian, been in Taylor's a few times. Decent there, yep. I like Taylor's. Nice staff. Any football games, you go in there, can I get the St Mirren game on? No problem, they'll find it for you. So, can't go wrong, can you? So thanks so much for watching, guys. I think we'll probably end it here. If anybody's got any more questions, just quickly ask them in the comments. We're on nearly an hour now, so I really appreciate it. Give it a wee thumbs up. Helps push it out on YouTube. Really appreciate it. If you're not subscribed already, the good news is today, just today, it's free. You can subscribe. Just hit the wee button below, and you'll get a wee notification when I upload new videos. Thanks very much, Mark, as well, for the feedback. Reach some leads, yeah. These are pound shot ones here, £1. But they do the job. I keep losing them, keep breaking them, so I need 3 or 4 pairs. So thanks very much for watching. There'll be another video out tomorrow. Not sure yet where it will be. Let's see. Thank you so much, guys. See you in the next one. Thanks for all your comments and all your support. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.